Good morning, good morning. It's London time on a Monday. What day is today? Is it 25th of November? Okay, I just wanted to do a very quick trade review from first trade of the week, and it was a win, and it was the war. And I want to show you how I did it and why did I have that read. And so zooming out, you see that the new week opened with a gap up, bullish. So we gapped above the previous day high, and then we started ranging and created a sort of a range at Asia levels. This is actually the midnight that starts the day on Monday. Okay, just for context, so we are in a range above a gap that's been created by, the open above the previous day high across the weekend. Okay, so I was looking at this and try to form a bias for possible trades. So what did that do first? Of course, I did turn on my indicator. And if you add some context to the chart, things start to be in context, start to be relatively easier to understand. And I want to explain to you. So I just want to show you what I had already drawn as I come to the chart, and I was looking at this. Okay, so we broke a structure to the upside, then we came down. Basically, we took both sides. Now we're in a range, and we've been bouncing off this origin, the origin of this move, a few times until finally we wick heavily, and then we break the structure to the upside. And so I was looking at this range, and you see what happens. There was a level that was taken and a double bottom formed, and then we tried to continue. We couldn't breach this wick, and then we came down, and then we went up, and then we came down. So two things that I was looking at. You see now all my drawings appeared. Yes. So actually I had posted this on a Discord where I exactly at the time where this was happening, I already anticipated we have a zone here. We have already a tap into the zone. It's a time where usually big moves will happen around 3:30, 4. So when something happens at 2 a.m., it's generally a manipulation or inducement. So I didn't expect a break of structure to the downside at 2 a.m. That's one of the main reasons why I thought, hey, if there's this AFOP setup, this double bottom inside an origin, that's where it's gonna happen. And that's all I was planning for. So I was waiting for it. This is drawn not to the exact time, because exactly the move happens at 2 a.m. So I should have drawn this slightly to the right. Maybe I can show you how I imagined it and how it actually happened. I feel like, yeah, interesting. We'll see how it overlaps. This was exactly what I drawn at the time. So also I want to show you that market structure and order flow will give you clues about what's happening. So we came down to 50% of this origin, right? Then what does price do? Retraces. Where does it retrace to? To the SNDR, to the fractal, to the retracement that broke this structure to the downside. And we come up to it, not once, but twice. Once you see a double top, double tap in an SNDR and a strong rejection, then we're going down. So you could have also taken a short from here to possibly this level. But I was looking for longs because I was expecting that the short would not happen at 2 a.m. That's experienced by reading the charts at London time, especially on a Monday. You sort of develop a sense for what can happen at a specific time of day and a specific day of the week. Okay, so let's see what happens. Price does come down very heavily, even almost wicks and closes below Asia low, but it can't do it. And so I did enter what was my perfect right entry, 957, because I didn't want to miss it. I entered a little bit higher. I did add some at 54. I'll show you the execution. I did actually, yeah, I did add at 54. And this is, you know, when you see candles all zoomed in, you don't know how big they are if you don't get context. Just for context, this is a 6-point stop, and in the end I actually had the stop placed here, a 4-point stop, and I entered a little bit higher actually. So the bulk of the entry was a little bit higher, because I at that time, this early in the morning, I was not looking at the second chart yet, because I tried to first give it a bit of time and form a higher time frame, if you can call the 1 minute a higher time frame, say bias. And all right, so then I didn't want to hold until here, so I had my target was a little bit lower. I'll show it to you, and let's see what happened. We could go and check how this was looking into the is it moving together or not? Probably not a single chart. Yeah, okay. Can look at it here. So there was a very strong V-shaped reaction with actually a flip. So I did enter, yeah, a little bit higher, like here. Then I faced retracements on here, is where I added to the trade. I should have waited for this, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So it's good to enter and then add eventually if you're convinced about this trade. And then I had as a target, I had a little bit below here, and I think it missed me here. So then I took profit a little bit lower. But directionally I was correct. Execution wise, sometimes there's smears. I enter a little bit too late, I close it a little bit too early. Something I'm working to improve, but it is what it is. And the narrative was correct. So let me just show you. We just went back up, and the interesting thing is that we did another double top and then we broke down. So the narrative I had in mind, the continuation did not happen at 2:30. We actually came back down, but as you can see, as we came down and created more zones, my indicator will highlight things that are happening. I just want to say, you see how cluttered it can become if you need to be very precise and specific about what you want to see. Otherwise, the chart does get messy. It is true that it's telling you that we are inside the origin, and we did 1 tap into the origin and 2 taps inside these fractal SNDR. So you can get quite some in-depth information about the order flow and the market structure and the inner market structure inside the zones. But yeah, sometimes maybe it's better if when you're gonna have access to this, you disable stuff you don't need. I want to show you the execution, how I pasted as I was entering it. 2 friends. Let's see if it's this one. Right, that's what it is. So I did enter. As you can see, I did enter at 57 because I tried to catch this. I thought, yeah, it could run. If it's a double bottom reversal at origin, it could just run. And so I entered, and then I added at 54. And as you can see, I had my TP a little bit below the swing over there. All right, that's what I did. That was very quick. How many? 10 minutes. Just a brief trade review that just happened. I'm happy about it. We start well the week. More videos to come this week. More information about the indicator. Some work maybe to finalize the stuff so that people can actually sign up for it. And thank you for watching. And now, tell me know what you think about this new banner with music that I created. You can hear it in the background, and there's a drop. Let me see if I can skip it. See, I generated this with AI. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching. I talk to you soon. Ciao.